self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, fuck you and everybody else. I'm Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, fuck you and everybody else.
Squad up. Shout out to the Baby Mama Terrorist Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what I want to talk to y'all today is about me, personally. I want to tell a story about this big fat ass bitch who got fired for stealing fish. The reason why I'm talking about it is a lot of these Baby Mama Terrorists get 8 assists. Or they get motherfuckers that get into the bullshit when they don't have to. Or when they try to instigate and make things worse than what it is. And I know the majority of y'all can relate to that. A lot of people out here say the Baby Mama Terrorist was getting 8 assists from the sister or the mama or the friend, the family members, shit like that. And that's what I want to talk about. Yes, this big fat bitch, we're going to call her JJ or J&J's Fish. I worked at Cook County Hospital in Chicago for 15 years. I started out there as a transporter, and then after a year, I ended up working in the morgue. They had us doing both, right? This fat bitch was a supervisor of mine. And when I got there, I was new. It was an old building in Cook County, and it was the new building. I came at the new building 2003, March 31st, on my mother's birthday. 2003. I was working at Home Depot before then. Matter of fact, I was doing both jobs. I was at Home Depot for 5 years total before I left it and decided to go just work at county, right? So we had like 3 or 4 supervisors, but this one fat bitch, she was a day shift supervisor. And been knowing her for, like I say, since I've been there. And for what I know, we didn't have no problems. Of course, people have disagreements because I don't like the way supervisors, want to make you do other people's jobs, or you do one thing for this one, not for the other, shit like that. But that's not what this video is about. But what this big fat ass bitch did, she got in my personal business. Now, when you say got in my personal business, she entertained the Baby Mama Terrorist. And because she entertained the Baby Mama Terrorist, she thought she can, put her 2 cents in and come with some he say, she said and shit like that. Now, of course, that didn't happen 15 years ago, but she did get fired for stealing fish. She used to work in the kitchen, the dietary. And what happened was she was a supervisor over there. And what she ended up doing, she was stealing fish, even though she talked about how they got it going on, but she's stealing cases of fish, but got caught on camera. So what happened was they fired her. And her friend was the wife of the former CEO or the head of the Cook County Hospital. So she got a job back, ended up coming to transportation right before I got there. Now, I didn't think this shit was true, but when I talked to motherfuckers all across the transportation, also in dietary, yeah, it was true. And the reason why I'm talking about this is a lot of things that were said about me was lies. And one thing about me, I will say, if I did it, I will say I did it. I'm not going to say I didn't do it. You know what I mean? If I say I did it. But you got motherfuckers that will try to lie on me and to make themselves look good and everything else. So since we're going to call out the truth, let's call out the truth. That's going to be facts. Now, this fat bitch, I'm going to go on down towards the end before I left county. I left county back in 2017. I believe it was June or July. Now, this fat bitch ran around and said, I know he quit because he running for child support. I know he quit. I know for a fact he running for child support. I quit before because I'm running for child support. Now, man, y'all was going through child support when I left. And she listened to what some other motherfucker said, entertained Baby Mama Terrorist. Well, I was working in Cook County towards my last year. I think about 6 months in before I left. I started working for Uber. Now, mind you, I'm going through the court because I'm the one who served the papers. I served papers. But they got me down as the respondent, but I served papers. I didn't get served. But see, motherfuckers know my story is shit. And mind you, I'm doing Uber. And what happened was I was doing Uber and I'm making a killing part-time doing Uber. Ain't nobody know I was doing Uber. I get out of work, get in my car, do Uber. Man, I'm going through the course. I'm going through this course shit. And I had just bought a Chevy Cruze, 2014 Chevy Cruze. The only reason why I had bought it on Memorial Day. The reason why I bought it, so I could do Uber. Because family members telling me, man, this is a lucrative business. You can make some money hustling. I'm seeing checks, looking real good. I said, let me go and get this thing going. So when I get off work, I'm doing Uber, making good money. And I said, when I'm making part-time, I make full-time at this piece of shit. Now, I say it's a piece of shit, not because it's Cook County. I'm saying piece of shit because this ain't my career, this ain't my thing. And I've been here 15 years, or going on 15 years. This ain't my career. This ain't my passion. I learned a lot there. I will say I learned a lot there. You know what I'm saying? Doing the morgue, transporting patients, hookups, and everything else. But it wasn't my place to retire. So I'm doing Uber, making this bread. I said, man, it's time for me to roll. So I told the course that I'm not staying in the county. And they told me, well, regardless, we're gonna go off your county taxes and you made $40,000 a year. I said, please do. I want you to. I ain't stopping that. I'm not doing it because I don't want no child support taken out. I don't care about the child support. Never cared about it. It wasn't the issue with me. So the fact of the matter is, it was because I was making more money doing Uber. And there was people at the job that was bragging about them doing Uber and making money and doing this. People calling in, from the job to do Uber full time, which I don't blame them. But that pillow talking shit I never did. I didn't tell nobody I was doing Uber. They know now because I'm recording and got it on social media. I was doing Uber. I did Uber for 2 years. I was doing Uber the 6 months when I was in county. And I was making money. That's why I left county. Now I'm gonna bag up to the fat bitch who got fired for stealing fish. Now, she got in my personal business, entertaining the baby mama terrorist, talking about I'm running up child support and I don't want to be a father and I left for some bitch and everything else. But here's the kicker. Let's talk about the truth about the fat bitch, JJ Fish. When I was there, I always called her Fish because that was she known for. I called her Fish. I thought we was cool, you know what I'm saying? But I had to check her quite a few times because there's a lot of shit that I don't take, and I don't condone. I don't sit back my head down and I speak my mind. That's one thing I always did at the county. I got into a lot of people. A lot of people didn't like me, but they respect me because I call out the bullshit. And if I say I ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. Okay, who you tell? You tell the manager, whatever. When I found out that fat bitch got my personal business, I told her, you ain't no supervisor to me. So when she tell me to go lunch, I ain't go to lunch. I go when I feel like it. You tell me to clock in, I ain't clocking the motherfucking thing. I clock in when I feel like it. And I told her. She told the manager, told the director, and I told them all the same thing. She got my personal. It went all around the hospital. I said, she got my personal business. I'm not doing a motherfucking thing. Write it up or fire me, whatever you want to do. Fuck that fat bitch. I ain't doing a motherfucking thing. I told her in her face. And then finally, before I left, I cussed her ass out. You know what I'm saying? Because he talking about you here to work and all that shit. And I told the fat bitch, you got me fucked up. You get my motherfucking personal business, trying to lie on me and entertain this baby mama terrorist, and you've been knowing me for 15 years, and you just know this motherfucker around the corner, and I'm in your department? A supervisor now. This ain't no coworker. A supervisor. This bitch, of course, said she didn't say none of this shit. I don't know what you're talking about. She lying. When her own colleagues, her own other supervisor said she said it. Other people on the second shift said she said it. But I had to put in her place. So then I left like, I think 3 weeks or a month later. Motherfuckers try to say, oh, he quit because he was scared of J&J. Why would I be scared of a big fat ass bitch to steal fish? Let's talk about J&J's personal life. See, she said I'm running for child. She said, yeah, I know for a fact he ran for child support. When actually, like I said, I left because it was planned. When I was going through that court bullshit, I said, it's time for me to go. Not because of child support. It's time for me to go and start something new, do for myself and make money doing this. Ooh, I'm making good money. Why am I stay here? You know what I'm saying? And then I ain't got to worry about taking out of my check. I pay it out of my pocket. So for y'all who's at county, that's why. And people that didn't know, that's why. But let's get on this fat ass bitch. Now, she try to talk about me running for child support. Just imagine, y'all. Just imagine. Now, this motherfucker almost 60 years old. This ain't no 20-year-old, not even a 30-year-old, not even a 40-year-old. See, a lot of these baby mama tears are whores, piece of shit, low life, and miserable, lying ass, fake motherfuckers, right? Don't nobody in the department likes her. They tolerate her. No one likes her. Everybody check her. You got motherfuckers that don't even get down like that now checks her and cuss out and don't do what she say. Don't nobody respect her. She is miserable. She will fuck up the department when she's off on work. And then she got nerve to try to lie about her life. And that's what I realized. Get to understand about how these baby mama terrorists, supporters, why they do what they do, because they are baby mama terrorists. You don't know it until you find out more about them or shit, the fan or whatever, or after the fact. I didn't know this, but I did know about this, about her life. Here's the truth. This fat motherfucker, now, she thinks she high and mighty. She black, of course she black. Hair hat, Rick James wearing motherfucker, wearing fake ass makeup with grease stains coming out for her chin, coming in the job, telling everybody to clock in with a bacon gristle in the motherfucking mouth. But she say, I'm the supervisor, And the thing of the matter is, how the fuck is you gonna talk about somebody when you had to either go to Africa, or if you didn't go to Africa, you met the African here and you had to get an arranged marriage. You got paid like $10,000, $15,000 because they wanted to come over here and stay. I ain't get married based off a paycheck. I didn't get married to nobody to keep them over here. I didn't get married because I was that desperate or some shit like that. The funny part about it is they've been divorced for a lot of years. I'm gonna call him Freddie. She married this African dude named Freddie. And either they say she went over there, that's allegedly, that she went over there to Africa and picked him, or came back and met him here and made it one of them arrangements, them deals. And that shit is real, y'all. People get married to foreigners and get paid to do it, and it'd be a business deal. Now, me, when I was in Canada, when I first started, people asked me about marrying their niece, their daughter, bring them over here. I ain't know nothing about that shit till I got there. Because like I said, I think I was 24, 25 years old. I ain't know nothing about that. And I'm dealing with all different ethnicities and different religions and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, you want to get my last name, I need 500,000. They talking about 5,000, 10,000. Nah, I need 500,000. I ain't going. My name Palmer is sacred to me. So I didn't get down about that little $5,000, $10,000 shit. She got paid either 10, 15 or $20,000. So she married dude. The contract was this. She don't tell nobody this. She just say, actually still tell people that they still married. They've been divorced for years. Now, mind you, got with him. They've been married. He had bitches on the side. Brought him to the job when he was in the ER. He had a bitch there. Me and a coworker saw that shit. Went up there and told the bitch. This was like my first couple of years. Like, hey, Freddie down in the ER with some woman, man. He in the hospital. You need to go down and holler. She get mad. So I guess that's when they was already fucked up and broken up or whatever the fuck. The thing of the matter is, she thought that because they had kids, they had 2 kids, thought they had kids and thought that things was gonna change because it was contracted that once the kids got grown and left the household, because evidently he had his own real estate going. He paid for the house and he had money or ended up making money and everything. The contract agreement was once the last kid get out of the house, you got to get the fuck out of this house. And for you to try to talk about somebody else, I ain't getting no arranged marriage. Ain't nobody pay me $20,000 to get married. She had 2 kids, 2 daughters. We'll call the oldest Jacko. And we'll call the second one Ash. So 2 daughters. Ain't nothing wrong with them. I ain't got no problem with them. But what I'm saying is, your life is based on some type of arrangement. You got with a dude with a foreigner. Now, I ain't knocking nobody doing foreigner, nothing like that. What I'm saying, you got with a foreigner that needed to come here. He paid you, or whoever paid you, and you run around line like your fucking life is so great and glorious and real when your shit is fake, fraud, and pretending. And you gonna try to talk about somebody else. So because you married somebody from Africa, that makes you what, a fucking queen? You ain't shit, bitch. And the fact of the matter is, 2020, she still hollering, she's still married to this dude. And this dude right now has twin kids, and he's remarried, and he's not dealing with that fat fuck. But she's still talking about he there. He helped her when she was sick, and he go to try to barbecue and take the grill. Then she lied about her oldest sister, one of her sisters making $170,000 at the post office. What motherfucker at the post office making $170,000 a year? I don't know. Then you sit back lying about how much luxury and money you got, but you weren't saying that shit when you put your motherfucking ass out and you was forced to leave the household real quick. And you had to get that raggedy ass house in the west suburbs with skunks running around the motherfucking backyard. See, that's what I say. How y'all motherfuckers gonna talk about me? And I ain't went through nowhere near what y'all went through. And the shit y'all talked about with me are lies. Like I say, I ain't never signed a contract to marry a motherfucker. I didn't live a falsehood life. I didn't get paid $15,000 to marry a motherfucker. I didn't get fired to steal a fish. And then you sit back and try to talk about somebody else. What gets me is the fact that, and I would never understand it, for all them years she still lied about being married to that dude. And she ain't been with that dude. So I've been there for 15 years at county. So she had been gone from that dude about 13 of them years, divorced and everything. She thought down the line that he was gonna change his mind or some shit, just like these baby mama terrorists do, because most men stick to what they say and don't just run off their emotions. He bounced. He didn't want your fat ass like that. Yeah, he got kids with you and everything. He took care of his kids. I don't even think he was on child support. I think when he got divorced, it was cool because he took care of everything. And he went on about his business. And he's living a whole nother life, ain't thinking about you. And don't think I don't know about you manipulating your oldest daughter. See, the youngest daughter, Ash, she ain't going. She out of state, living in the South, living her life. She more like her daddy. She not entertaining that manipulating fat baby mama terrorist. When she come back to Illinois, she stay downtown somewhere. Tell her to pay for the room and shit. She don't go along and get along for what I know. Now let me tell you about the oldest daughter. She's 35 years old. Both of them ain't got no kids. They both got degrees and everything else. Now, the 35-year-old Jacko still live with that fat baby mama terrorist, JJ. Not because she can't afford to get her own crib, not because she don't want to leave. This fat motherfucker don't want to leave. She's so miserable and lonely that she put all that shit in her oldest daughter. The reason why it's not in the youngest daughter, because the youngest daughter already left and wasn't coming back. She went to college, went to the South, and they never came back. The other one's still here, got, doing okay and everything. But did y'all know that her daughter wanted to move out and get a condo? And that fat bitch turned around and said, if you leave and get that condo, I'm not doing shit else for you. I ain't paying for nothing. I ain't doing this. You won't be on my wheel. I ain't got nothing for you. I would not do a damn thing for you. So because of that, she got to stay miserable and live with your fat, funky ass. She's so miserable. She put all that shit in her daughter. Even while she's grown, she's 35 years old. She ain't got no kids. She's supposed to have a man, and she want to move out and live her life. She can't live her life because she got this fat whore to linger on to, because she pay her and take care of her and everything else. Not that she need it, but she paid to take care of it and everything else, because she can't stand to be by herself, because she ran everybody away. And that's what the majority of these baby mama terrorists are. They run motherfuckers away. They lie about their lives. They talk about everybody else, but their lives is way fucked up than ours. And that's why I say, you talk about me running for child support, I'm going to keep running. But I tell you one thing, I ain't manipulating no kid to stay around me. Like I tell y'all, the kids need the parent, not the parent need the kid. And because she's so miserable, nobody want a fat, funky ass. Who the fuck want a motherfucker with an attitude with a Rick James wig on, with grease stains coming out of their chin? Yeah, she had liposuction and surgery and shit. She lost about 40, 50 pounds, still fat as fuck. Now, one thing I will say, she never stank. She never stank. She be clean. I ain't going to talk about her stank because she never stank. And then come to find out, she had a crush on me. She did like me. I used to play with her and flirt with her to keep her, from being miserable at the job. And it worked sometimes it didn't. But then I realized that, damn, she really did like me. Because when I moved on from the baby mama terrorist and I moved on with somebody else, motherfucker had a problem with it. And I'm like, I never fucked you and dealt with you, so why would you care? And then I realized she was a baby mama terrorist her goddamn self. Matter of fact, Her oldest daughter had a birthday party some years ago, a couple years ago or last year. And come to find out, she invited her twin sisters. She invited her other sister. She invited her father and his stepmother because he's remarried, right? And when they came in that house, her fat ass saw them. She was in her feelings. Why would you have them come over there? And she almost on the verge of crying. These are my sisters. She's my stepmother, and he's my father. I want my family all together, and this is my house too. So they say she set her fat ass in the corner, pounding like a motherfucker. Man, you almost 60 years old. And that reminds me of another baby mama terrorist who's gonna be like that in the future. And now I really realize how and why these baby mama terrorist reporters are what they are. Even when your own mama side with the baby mama terrorist, that's because she was a baby mama terrorist. They stick to code. I never would have thought this fat bitch was like that. But when I realized she was lying about her marriage and lying about her life, lying about her sister making all this money and everybody else making all this money and shit like that, and bitch living life a lie and telling everybody, yeah, my daughter gonna get this settlement and getting this and that. But the thing about it is, you want to let your daughter live her life. She's 35 years old, no kids, degree, doing good, and you want to let her live her own life because of your misery, your suffering, the shit you cause. And you want to talk about me running for child support. Bitch, I make more money than you sitting here on a motherfucking computer than you ever had, you fat hoe. Talking about you got a 2-year degree. So what? What the fuck that mean? I got a 2-year degree too, ain't nothing to brag about. I ain't got on the wall. It ain't shit. Something to wipe my ass with. But you and all a lot of these other motherfuckers from county gonna try to talk about me. Y'all knew me more, y'all knew the other motherfucker. And you actually thought that I was really running for child support because I didn't want to provide for my kids, bitch. When I'm the one who served papers, bitch, you didn't know this because you listened to what another motherfucker say, of course. Lies run off emotion. But then, even if you knew the truth, you didn't give a fuck because you was on team baby mama terrorist. And you a baby mama terrorist. But you married an African motherfucker. And he played you to the left. And living a good life, living on ain't studying your funky ass. Just like I ain't studying your funky ass. But if you're going to talk about me, at least tell the truth. And you want to entertain the bullshit, that's fine. Just like other motherfuckers that entertain it from that job. Nigga, I ain't take care of no other motherfuckers' kids. And I know that kid ain't mine. And I'm still being a sucker, take care of another nigga's kid. But you want to talk about, call me stupid? Oh, man, y'all motherfuckers got the game fucked up. That's the funny part. So like I tell y'all before, I ain't hollering fuck child support because I pay child support. I'm hollering fuck child support because I'm fair and gender biased when it comes to this system. Now, a lot of guys don't like child support because they pay child support or they struggle behind child support, and it's legit. And they on child support for the wrong reason. Mine wasn't never about child support. Not at all. I give a fuck about child support. Even when I tried to negotiate, I said, I pay child support, just give me equal parenting. Motherfucker wasn't going. All because worrying about who the fuck I'm with. Not because I'm a piece of shit, low life run with child support. How the fuck is I'm a good man all these years for 20 years, and when I break up and we ain't together no more, now I'm a piece of shit worthless some bitch all of a sudden. See, one thing I didn't do, I never ran up to the job and complained and whine about my situation at home. I didn't. Because when you bring your personal life from the house to the job, you're going to have problems. But what I didn't know was another motherfucker was going up there telling lies about how life is so great, how we doing so good, how we don't have no issues, how we traveling, doing all these things and building and growing, when that was a motherfucking lie. So when I did leave, motherfucker was like, this nigga stupid. He left a motherfucker making all this money and doing all these good things, and they supposed to be doing this, and this, because I didn't run around and tell my problems. So of course, yeah, a man leaving a woman making all that money and shit is good, yeah, he is stupid. But when you find out the real truth and the depths of the situation, ain't no man gonna leave a motherfucker making all that money and shit is good. So if any man leave a woman making good money and successful and everything else, it was a problem. And like I tell y'all motherfuckers, fuck your money. I don't need your money. I make my own money. I'm my own hustler, my own grinder. I don't need no handouts. Do for self. I always holler at that shit. I don't need your money. Nah, I'd rather move on and get somebody to make way less and be happy. Fuck you. Now, if y'all willing to deal with a bitch and make money and got degrees and everything else, and y'all don't mind her being ratchet and disrespectful and manipulating all this shit, that's your business. You do what works for you. But most men who got their own and don't need no motherfucker ain't going. You know what I'm saying? But this fat bitch got five and stealing fish. Yes, she did. And got the job back. And then the fat bitch got in my personal business talking about I'm running for child support. Of course, she said that shit after I left. Because I told that bitch in her face, if I hear you mention my name again, I'm going to beat your ass. I had to get taken out the office. And yeah, I was doing Uber. And I was making double than what I was making at, not double, but almost double. Because I was making 40,000 at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was making like 60,000. I was making like 60,000 off Uber. I did Uber for 2 years. And what ended up happening, now I'll tell y'all this, if you do Uber full time, my advice to you, have a job, a stable job, because Uber or Lyft, when you deal with these peoples on the road, they will lie on you. They a piece of shit, especially these whores. It's usually the bitches. They will lie on you. Because I got fired because a bitch said I was seemed like to be DUI. Mind you, it was pouring rain like a motherfucker. It was early in the morning, about 5 in the morning, and she didn't know where the fuck she was going. And I wasn't driving crazy, erratic, or nothing like that. And I got fired. My score was almost at the max. I think it was a 4.0. I was like a 3.9. Excellent driver, doing my thing. But because of that, I got fired. And when I got fired from doing Uber, I ended up running for child support. That's what I do now for a living. I run for child support. Like I said, motherfucker want to know about my story? Talk to me. Y'all motherfuckers that county entertain that fat ass bitch and entertain that other stank ass bitch and everybody else you entertaining, you go right ahead. I'm not there no more. Y'all motherfuckers still mention my name after all these motherfucking years, 4 years, still mention my name because y'all miserable, salty, fucked up. Nigga, I'm good. I'm just living my life doing me, staying out the way. And like I say, you want to try to talk about me. I know he quit. He run for child support. He run for child support. I know for a fact he quit because they said. Bitch, I always said they said. She was a mammy. She was a motherfucking mammy. That's mammy Uncle Tom. That's Auntie Tom. That bitch was a mammy, a sellout ass Sambo. Thought she was better than everybody else. And you got a man that you got overseas, a foreigner, that played your ass to the left. And you going to try to talk about me. You fat fuck. You collard green motherfucker. You, how you going to try to talk about Mr. Palmer? How you going to talk about me? You got the game really fucked up with your miserable ass. And to this day, don't nobody like you, don't nobody respect you, don't nobody fuck with you. You want to know how I know about your personal life? Your own fucking friends who you sit back and talk and tell your business told it because don't nobody fuck with you. They phony kick it with you, they hang with you, they entertain you. Don't nobody fuck with you. Nobody. I don't know about them. Oh, another thing, when her mama died, her mama house, you know she locked everybody out the house, that she took everything she wanted out the house and then let everybody out, come in and get the scraps. Like I said, this bitch ain't shit. To the point where when her brother died, people were so happy that she had to be off for 5 days because she was going out of town. Now, that don't show motherfuckers that hate her, don't give a fuck about her. That's sad. They said, damn, why is she here? Then when her brother died, something like that, she should be off for 5 days. I was working at it. Damn, why is she here? Miserable. She brings dark clouds above in that department. And the sad part about it, everybody knows this, but they don't write up, don't complain. You know, they talk their shit, they cuss her out, but they don't write up. The whole department can write her ass up. Everybody know how she get down. Everybody knows she got in my personal business. Everybody knows she lying about her life. Everybody knows she got 5 for stealing fish. But you want to talk about me? No, you can't talk about me, bitch. Never, ever. Because with the shit you did, I won't get paid to marry the motherfucker. And I wouldn't manipulate my kid, especially a grown-ass kid, because you want to make them feel like they owe you something. Don't owe you a motherfucking thing. But that's what you baby mama Terry's whores do. And like I said, this bitch 60 years old or close to 60 or whatever. This ain't no kid. This ain't no 20-year-old. And like I say, she can't talk about no motherfucker. Not that fat stealing collard green motherfucker. Not at all. So if you want to talk about me, bitch, talk the truth and know about me. But you don't know me. You only know what you heard from another motherfucker. And I'm going to tell y'all this. The way I was at that job, the way I was outside. Because I ain't taking no bullshit. I'm going to tell you in your face what I'm going to do, ain't going to do. I called out the bullshit. And I ain't going along to get along. And I ain't kissing your ass. That was me outside in my house and everything else. And what I do on this camera, same thing. That's why motherfuckers don't like me, because I call out the truth And I say how I feel. Got that from my father. Yeah, I had a father. Raised by my father and my mother. But yeah, this fat bitch. So yeah, this was kind of long, but I wanted y'all to know a prime example of how these fat ass baby mama terror supporters do what they do. Because when you find out behind closed doors their livelihood, you'll see why they support these whores, because they know better, they know different, younger or older. They miserable piece of shit, low life ass baby mama terrorists that still fish for a living. That lies about their life. Still, look, still got the man last name, still got the last name on her truck on the license plate. I ain't been married to that motherfucker over 15 years and still claim that bullshit. While he moved on, got twins, and married and living his life to the fullest, like a man should. But I'm running for child support. Well, I'm gonna keep running, bitch. But I ain't running for still no motherfucking fish. You still running, you fat motherfucker. Well, Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support. Oh yeah. And before I go, last thing. She also sung for the choir. She also was a treasurer at the church, at her good old Blessed Lord church, right? Recently got terminated. They told her to leave the church and never come back. You know why? Because she was stealing money from the church. She also was trying to get funds from the government, you know, grants, government grants, using their tax ID number. Now, these the ones that holler, Lord this and Lord that and God this and God that, play church at the department on Sundays, but she ain't nothing but the devil's son-in-law. Like I tell y'all, these baby mama terrorists ain't shit. Low life ass piece of scum that deserve to get their head blown off. So before you talk about me running for child support, bitch, let's talk about you trying to run off with everybody motherfucking money. Recognize this, bitch. Boss daddy, ho.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer. I'm Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, I do for self, fuck you and everybody else.